If 3x plus y is less than 10, then this will it be on the left side or on the right side? It is less than. Yeah, it will be always on the, where will it be? Left side or right side? Correct? On the left side. Right? It will always be on the left side of the line. Okay? So left side means what? Which left side are you talking of? Like this. This is a line, then this will be the area, left side, less than. Okay? Got it? Next. This all these lines are always in which quadrant? First, second, third or fourth. LPP always lies in which quadrant? First, second, third or fourth? First, right? So first means what? Always remember there is one basic equation. X comma y is greater than or equal to 0. Always in every LPP equation this is common. X comma y is greater than or equal to 0 means this will be in this area only. Okay, x and y greater than or equal to 0 means from here it can go over here or it can go over here, but not below. Okay, so that is basically the logic of this LPP. Okay, chalo, let's start with today's topics here. Yesterday we had stopped over here, right? We had stopped over here. So what we have to do now? This equation we were going on. So we solved this equation, right? What did we do? We found out these points. Firstly, we draw these lines, right? We drew these lines and then we got this area, right? This area we got it. Now the next point is we have to find out all the points. All the points. Look at this. So this A point, or you call it O point. O point is 0, 0. This point is 0, 0. This point is what? 3.3, comma 0. We got it yesterday over here. 3.3, comma 0. Okay. Then next point is, this is 3.3. What is this point? E point. E point we had got it E 0, comma 3. Okay. This also we got it yesterday. Put y equals to 0, put x equals to 0 and you get it. Now the difficult part is these 2 points. D and C are difficult points. How to solve them? See, to get this D point, we have to solve the equation, these 2 equations. C point, x plus y equals to 4 and this is what, 3x plus y equals to 10. These 2 equations, see this line and this line, we have to solve it. Okay? How to solve it? Solve it means what? What I mean by solve it? You had this equation type in your school and college level. Okay, solving this line equations. So 3x plus y equals to 10 and x plus y equals to 4. This is one line. So what we'll do? This is line number 1, this is line number 2. We'll solve these 2. Means what? So do 1 minus 2. 1 minus 2. Okay. So what is 1 minus 2? 3x minus x. So that becomes 2x. Y minus y, that becomes 0. 10 minus 4, it becomes 6. So 2x equals to 6. So x equals to 3. Got it? So x equals to 3. Put this x equals to 3 in equation number 2. So x plus y equals to 4. So 3 plus y equals to 4. So y equals to, take on the other side, it is 1. So 3 comma 1. So C point, what do we get? C point we get it is 3 comma 1. See this point, 3 comma 1. Similarly now D point. What is the line now? X plus 4y equals to 12 and x plus y equals to 4. Okay. So this is the new line. These 2 lines. Are you getting this? See these 2 lines. X plus 4y equals to 12 and x plus y equals to 4. These are the 2 lines. You have to solve them now. How to solve them? Similarly as earlier. See this, x plus 4y equals to 12, x plus y equals to 4. Now solve these two. What do you do? 1 minus 2. See this, x minus x gets cancelled. 4y minus 1y is 3y. 12 minus 4 is 8. So 3y equals to 8. So this is one thing you got. So y is equal to what? 8 upon 3. So 2.66. So y equals to 2.66, right? Put this y in equation number 2. So x plus 2.66 equals to 4. So x equals to what? Take 2.66 on the other side, 1.44. So D you get it as what? X comma y. What is x comma y? 1.44 comma 2.66. So this is your point. This is the D point. 1.44 comma 2.66. Right? This equation. This point. Now what you have to do? You have got all the points. See this. E, A, B, C, D. All the points you have got it. Now what is the z function? Objective is this, 2000x plus 6000y, right? This radio and television, okay? So 2000x plus 6, that z was this profit, na? Yeah. So 1000x plus 2000y, this was your objective. So this you have to maximize because you are in a profit. So plot these points, see this. O, B, C, D, E, all the points you have written. O is what? 0, 0. B is what? 3.3 comma 0. This is B. This is B. 3.3 comma 0. This we have got it yesterday only. C is what? 3 comma 1. Put this value 3 comma 1 over here. D is 1.44, 2.66 and E is 0 comma 3. Now take this profit. 1000x plus 2000y. Maximize. So put the value of x and y. So what do you get? Here you get it 0. 0, 0, right? Here you get it 3.3 into 1000. So 3300 and this is 0. Here you get it 3 comma 1. So 3000 plus 2000, 5000. Here you get 1.4 and 2.6. So multiply this. 1000 into 1.4, 1400. 2.6 into 2000, 5200. So that becomes 6600. And last one is 0 comma 3. So put this value 1000 into 0 plus 2000 into 3. So 6000. So where are you getting the maximum value? The maximum value you are getting at D. So you get the maximum value at point D, this point. Here your profit is maximum and this is your answer. Okay. This is your answer. At D point your profit is maximum. Okay. This is biggest case study, one of the biggest case studies, okay? In exam, I don't think so, they'll be asking you to solve the equations. Remember, they never ask you to solve the equations like this. They only ask you to form the equations. Up to this part only they ask you, this one. Form the equations. Only up to this they ask you. They don't ask you to solve the equations, okay? Got it? But if you are hard luck, if you have a hard luck, then they'll ask you, but that's why you should know. That's why I've taught it. If you get a hard luck, then you'll have to solve them somewhere. Okay. Now second one, similar one. Now this, a company manufactures bats and chess sets. Each bat gives a profit of rupees 2 and chess set gives a profit of rupees 4. Now workshop 1, workshop 2, workshop 3. 3 workshops are there. Availability 120 hours, 72 hours and 10 hours. So this is the availability per day. This is same as the earlier problem. Huh? You take it as a homework also. Cricket bat takes in workshop 1 4 hours. Cricket bat workshop 2 2 hours. And it takes workshop 3 0 hours. Similarly chess set. Workshop 1 6 and 1. If the company wants to maximize the profit, how many cricket bats and chess sets should be produced per day? So this is the same as that of the radio and the television. Same. So you have to solve this. Okay. I'll just show you how the equations are formed. Say this, bat and chess. So what is given? 120. Say this. So 4 bats. This cricket bat takes 4 hours. So let the number of bats be X and number of chess set be Y. Or you can take it let the number of bats be B and chess set be C. So B and C you can take it, okay? So 4B plus 6C should be less than or equal to 120. So you can solve this. 4B plus 6C plus M equals to 120. Now look at this. This we are solving by simplex method. I won't be solving this by simplex method to the fullest because simplex method is not asked to you in exam. It is not asked. Okay? Only graphical method is asked to you. Simplex method, what do they ask you? The theory part. What is the theory part? Theory part, that's what I'll be teaching you. So 4B plus 6C less than or equal to 120 means what? If I add something over here, then I get it 120. Okay. See here, if I write this 3 is less than 4, what does it mean? 3 plus something equals to 4, isn't it? Plus something. That something is what? So that's what is written over here. 4B plus 6 is less than or equal to 120. It means 4B plus 6, if I add something to this, that becomes 120. So this is known as slack variable. This M is known as slack variable. It is always a non-negative variable. Always non-negative. Okay. All the variables in these equations take non-negative values. Okay. So here we have tableau word instead of table. Table is a static word. Tableau is a dynamic word. It goes on changing. Table is a static word. Okay. And tableau is a dynamic word. Yeah. Very much time, huge time will be consumed. But that's what I'm saying. In exam, generally means up till now I've seen, they don't ask you to solve the problem. Say this problem, they won't ask you to solve this. They won't ask you to draw these lines. They'll ask you only up to this part, only this. Draw the equations, that's it. That's your answer. Okay. Similarly here also, same problem will be asked to you. Find the equations, that's it. See this constants I have given it over here. 4x plus 6y should be less than or equal to 120. Similarly, that second one is also given. See this 4x plus 6y less than or equal to 120. Because total workshop hours are 120, 72 and 10. So we have to adjust everything in that only. 2x plus 6y is less than or equal to 72. So similarly over here, 2x plus 6y is less than or equal to 72. And last one, 0x plus 1y less than or equal to 10. Okay. So these are the basic equations. And what is the objective function? Z. Z is what? See this. What is Z asked? Profit. Profit of 2 rupees on one bat and profit of 4 rupees on one chess set. So 2x plus 4y, that is your profit, right? If bat is x and chess is y, 2x plus 4y. Okay. So this is your objective, 2x plus 4y. So this should be a maximum objective. Okay. Now this is the basic objective in graphical method. Now what do we do over here in this simplex method? See here, again I am telling you, we won't solve this. I'll just give you how do we write the equations. Because in exam they'll ask you to write the equations, only write the equations. Whenever you have less than or equal to, add a slack variable, S1, S2, S3. Look at this. 4x plus 6y plus S1 equals to 120. Plus S2 equals to 72. Look at this second one. And similarly S3, 10. So these S1, S2, S3, you have to write it in the Z function also. So for simplex method, remember, if they ask you to write the equations in simplex method, then the objective function will also become like this. 2x plus 4y plus 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3. All these s1, s2, s3 will come over here also with the coefficient of 0. And these will be your constant equations. Now we can solve this, but don't solve this. Because if you go on solving this equation, this will take almost 2 to 3 pages. Almost it will take 10 to 15 minutes of yours in exam. So don't solve this. Stay up to here only. Okay? Up to here. In exam, they won't be asking you to solve the simplex method. Okay? Yeah. One more thing is asked about simplex is this method, theory. Theory is asked a lot in simplex. How to write the how what are the steps to solve this simplex method? This sequence you have to remember. Formulate the problem in terms of objective function. Write it in linear LP format, means linear programming. Set up the initial tableau. Determine which value variable to bring into the solution. So slack variable, okay? Which slack variable is to bring into the solution. Determine which variable to replace. Divide the identified row by pivot entry. Pivot means just remember these names now. Don't go into the details, okay? Divide the identified row by the pivot entry to arrive at the new pivot row. Update remaining row values. If there is no negative value in the Z row, you have reached the optimum step solution. So that it means in exam the question is asked, when do we say that in a simplex method we have reached the solution? When do we say in the simplex method we have reached a solution? So we say it when this is step number. If there is no negative number in the Z row, it means we have reached the solution. Remember this. If there is no negative row in the Z row, it means we have reached the solution. This is what you have to remember without fail. Because this is your exam question for 1 mark. This part, 8th one, is your exam question for 1 mark. Okay? In simplex method, I'll tell you only 3 to 4 questions are asked. One is this. When we say we have reached a solution, number 1. Number 2, they ask you these steps are not asked over here. Number 2, they ask you this to write the constraint equations and write the objective function. So in this objective function, always remember 0 coefficient should be there. Then they ask you one more, that is this slack variable. What do you mean by slack variable? This is what they ask you. So which is added to the inequality to make it equality. Okay. So when you add this m, this unequal less than becomes directly equal to. Okay. So in simplex, only go through this much. Don't go ahead in simplex. Okay. If you go on solving simplex problem, you will go mad. Okay. So what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages? What are the main points of this LPP? So LPP can be used to find the sensitivity of results to change in cost available of raw material. So LPP is used for what? Sensitivity of results. So to get the sensitivity of the results, LPP is used. Sensitivity of results. Okay. We can analyze marginal effects of financial and other constraints on the liquidity and profitability of the company. So analyze the marginal effects. Okay. We can use LP in profit planning also. LPP is used in profit planning. We have a special type of LP program called as goal programming. This was asked in December 23. December 23, they asked you what is goal programming. This question was there. The goals which are desired are incorporated in the objective function. In goal programming, all goals, one or many, are incorporated in the objective function. Say this. In goal programming, all goals, one or many, are incorporated in the objective function. This helps us to break even analysis and take financial decisions. So, goal programming, you remember, all goals are there in the objective function. This line you have to remember because December 23, only this line was asked. What is goal programming? Okay. LP can be used for financial budgeting also, LPP. Okay, financial budgeting. We should represent accounts in matrix form in a spreadsheet. Okay, so these are the advantages of LPP. Now, as per your book, okay, as per your book, your LPP chapter is over. As per your book. But what will I do? I have some numericals, which although not given in your book, are asked in the exams. Although not given in the book, they are asked in the exams. Okay, so we'll solve those numericals. Very simple ones, but we'll solve those. Because what happens? If it comes in exam, we are not able to solve this because we don't know. Now you'll see. And now I'll give you how the exam questions are asked. See here, exam questions you will see it this way. This way. A machine has a capacity of 430 minutes per day. Everyone pay attention now. These are pure exam questions. A machine has a capacity of 430 minutes per day. 3 products will be used. You will have to use the machine during the production. Product A, product B, and product C are using the machine for 1 minute, 2 minute, and 1 minute respectively per unit. Write the constraint equation. This will be your question. Be sure such questions will be asked to you in exam, and these are very easy. What is given? 3 products A, B, and C. Let's write. See this. A takes how many minutes? A takes 1 minute. B takes how many minutes? B takes 2 minutes. C takes how many minutes? 1 minute. Right? So I've written it here. A equals to 1 minute, B equals to 2 minutes, C equals to 1 minute. Okay? Each product, each unit of A. Now let's say I produce X1 of A, X2 of B, and X3 of C. Suppose if I produce this. So what does it mean? 1 into X1, see this, 1 into X1 plus 2 into X2 plus 1 into X3. This will be what? Your total production time. Okay, machine time. Total machine time. So this machine time should be less than or equal to what? This machine time 1 into X1 plus 2 into X2 plus 1 into X3. This is the total machine time of all the products of ABC. So this should be totally less than what? It should be totally less than 430. So that's why your answer will be what? 1x1 plus 2x2 plus 1x3 should be less than or equal to 430. Okay? So this is your answer. Such questions will be asked to you. Okay? Next one. If 3 products, okay, are using welding machine for 3 minutes, 0 minute, and 2 minutes. Everyone try it yourself. These are the three products. 3 minutes, 0 minute, and 2 minutes. So A is using it for 3 minutes, B for 0 minute, and C for 2 minutes. Write the constant equation for the maximum capacity of 460 minutes. Now look at this. A, B, C. A is using it for 3 minutes, B for 0, C for 2. Okay. Now let's say we produce X1 units of A. Okay. X1 units of A, X2 units of B, and X3 units of C. So how much welding machine time will be required? 3x1, 0x2, 2x3. So total of this is 3x1 plus 0x2 plus 2x3. It should be less than or equal to what? 460. So your answer will be B. 3x1 plus 0 means don't write anything, plus 2x3. Directly answer. 3x1 plus 2x3 should be less than or equal to 460. Such questions are asked to you in exam for 1 mark. Okay? This one. A firm produces 3 products, X1, X2, and X3. If the profit per product is 4, 3, and 6 units per unit, per product per unit is 4, 3, and 6. Write the objective function for profit maximization. So my Z is what? See here. For X1 product, 1 unit of X1, what is my profit? 4. For 1 unit of X2, it is 3. And 1 unit of X3, it is 6. So let's say if I produce this X1, X2, and X3 numbers only. So what will be my total profit? 4 into X1 plus 3 into X2 plus 6 into X3, right? This will be my total profit. So this total profit is called as what? Z. Objective. Here, what is required over here? Write the objective function. So Z equals to this. So what should I do? I should maximize this. See this. I'll write this over here. Z equals to 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 6x3, and bracket I'll write it maximum. Because in one option E will be given to you, which will say that Z equals to 4x1, 3x2, 6x3, and bracket they'll give you minimum. what you have to do is maximum profit is always to be maximized. Okay, cost is always to be minimized. Okay, this is a typical numerical. Again, difficult one. 5 marks case study. This is the end of your chapter. This numerical. Mind it. If you don't see it over here, or if you don't understand it over here, you can read any book 1,000 times. You will never understand this numerical. You need to understand this numerical, everyone, because this has come for 5 marks. This has come for 5 marks, and it doesn't consume much time. Time is very less in this. No solutions, no graph, nothing. Simple equation and move on. Okay, look at this. Everyone focus. A company has 2 grades of inspectors, Inspector 1 and Inspector 2. 2 grades. See this. It doesn't mean there are 2 inspectors. There are 2 levels of inspectors. One is level 1, level 2. To undertake this quality control, at least 1500 pieces must be inspected in 8 hours daily. So 1500 pieces are to be inspected in 8 hours. Okay, that is the rule. Grade 1 inspector can check 20 pieces in an hour. So this grade 1 means level 1 inspector can check 20 pieces in 1 hour. Okay, with an accuracy of 96%. What does it mean? Accuracy of 96%. It means if this inspector checks 100 pieces, he will make an error of 4 pieces. He or she will make an error of 4 pieces. Okay, that is basically the error part. If he or she checks 100 pieces, he'll make an error of 4 pieces. Okay, means 4 pieces, whether they are wrong, he'll put it as right and move on. Grade 2 inspector checks 14 pieces per hour and makes an accuracy of 92%. So how many pieces does this grade 2 inspector check? 14 pieces. Error is what? Means accuracy is what? 92%. So error is what? 8%. Right? So these 8%, understand this. What do you mean by this? When the above inspector checks 96 correct and 4 wrong. So what does it mean? It means that these 4 which are wrong, these 4 pieces which are wrong, I'll have to recheck it again. So every 100 pieces, I'll have to check 4 pieces extra because this guy is making an error. Similarly, grade 2. Now, every 100 pieces, I'll have to check 8 pieces again. 8 pieces. So that will be my additional work now. Okay. Wages of grade 1 inspector are ₹5 per hour and that of grade 2 inspectors are ₹4 per hour. So grade 1 is getting ₹5 per hour, grade 2 is getting ₹4 per hour. An error caused by any inspector cost ₹3 to the company. So one error by any inspector will cost you ₹3 as a company owner. Find the objective function to minimize the daily inspection. Let me bring this above. Daily inspection cost. Okay, find the objective function to minimize the daily inspection cost. Okay, that is your problem. Got it? Now understand this very properly. In fact, you will understand once I solving these parts. Let's solve this. Let the number of inspectors be x1 and x2. Grade 1 is x1 and grade 2 is x2. Everyone pay attention. Huh? Grade 1 inspectors, let me appoint x1 number of inspectors. Grade 2, let me appoint x2 number of inspectors. Right? The company has to incur 2 types of costs. What are the costs? For every inspector, the company has to take 2 costs. What are the costs? One is their salaries, wages, and second is error. These guys are making the error, right? So error we have to always put in. So two costs are for me as a company owner. One is the salary and second is the error. Okay. Now let's look at the error part. Salary you already know. Salary is easy. For grade 1 inspector, let's see grade 1 inspector. Okay. So now look at this. Salary plus error. This is what the total cost of grade 1 of any inspector. So let's start for grade 1. What is the salary for grade 1? Rupees 5 per hour. So first part gone is rupees 5. What is the second part? Rework. So what is the accuracy level? See, this guy is checking 96% correct. So 4% is making an error. 4%. So now 4% means what? 0.04. 4 upon 100. Right? So it means per hour. Now we are calculating everything for per hour, 1 hour. So this guy is for 1 hour he is taking 5 rupees and he is making an error of what? 4%. 4% in 20 pieces. Here, 1 hour, how many pieces are checked? 20 pieces. So he'll make an error of 4% in 20 pieces. Right? So 4% into 20 pieces. This much is the error. But we have to calculate it in terms of money. What is the money part? See, this rupees 3 per error. So now my total error cost for inspector number 1 is 5 plus 0.04 into 20 into 3. Getting this? 0.04 is 4% into 20 per hour. Per hour error will be this much. Into 3 rupees. So this much is my total cost for inspector number 1. 5 rupees salary plus error. Okay. So solve this. 5 plus 3 into 0.04 into 20. Solve this, you'll get it as 7.40. For 1 hour. This is for 1 hour. Okay. 1 hour, 1 inspector. Understand this. 1 hour, 1 inspector. Very important part. This is for 1 hour by 1 inspector. Now similarly second one. What is the cost of this second one? Wages. What is the second cost? What is this? 4 rupees per hour. This second person does an error of what? 92%. So 8% error, right? 92% correct. So what will be my rework? 0.08 into how many pieces does he check? 14 pieces. So 0.04 into 14, 0.08, sorry, 0.08 into 14 into 3 rupees. Got it? Getting this? So what is the total cost for this inspector? Salary, that is 4 rupees. This is per hour. 4 rupees plus 3 into 0.08 into 14. If you solve this, you will get it as 7.36. So this much is the cost for 1 inspector grade 2 per hour. This much is the cost for inspector grade 1 per hour. Now how many hours do these guys work? These guys work for 8 hours. But this cost is for 1 inspector, 1, right? So let's calculate for 8 hours for each one inspector. So suppose if this is, let's say this is 1 inspector. Now if I have, what did I say? Let X1 be the number of grade 1 inspector. So if 1 inspector is costing me 7.4 rupees, X1 inspector will cost me how much? 7.4 into X1 for 1 hour. For 1 hour. 7.4 into X1 for 1 hour. Similarly, 7.36 into X2 for 1 hour. So total cost of the inspectors is what? 7.4 X1 plus 7.36 X2 for 1 hour. See here, I'll write it over here. For 1 hour. 1 hour cost. Okay. 1 hour cost is what? 7.4 X1 plus 7.36 X2. This is 1 hour cost for both the inspectors combined. Okay. But these guys are working for how many hours? It's given 8 hours. 8 hours. See this, 8 hours they are working. So this 8 hours they are working means what will be my total cost? 8 into 7.4 into X1 plus 7.36 into X2. This one, just multiply this by 8. So you'll get it 8 hours. So 8 into 7.4 x1 plus 7.36 x2. So solve this. It becomes 59.20 x1 plus 58.88 x2. This will be my objective function, right? So this cost I have to do what? I have to minimize. So I'll be doing the minimization of the cost. Okay? Minimization. Got it? Now look at the constant equations. What can be asked to you? Number of pieces to be inspected on a daily basis. So x1 pieces, this x1 inspectors are there, and 8 hours they are working, right? So x1 8 into x1 into 20 plus 14 into x2, 14 into 8 into x2. So that should be greater than or equal to 1500. Why is it? Because at least 1500 should be done, at least. So it can be greater than that also. So greater than or equal to 1500. So if you solve this, you'll get this as 160 x1 plus 112 x2 should be greater than or equal to 1500. So this is your one constant equation. Now the same table I have drawn it over here. Same thing which I have explained, I have drawn it in the table format. So in this table format, look at this. Correct cost is 5 rupees plus wrong error is 3 into 0.04 into 20. So add these, you'll get it per hour. Similarly over here, 4 plus 3 into 0.08 into 14. So add this, you'll get it per hour for this x1 inspector and grade 1 and this x2 grade 2. So for 8 hours it will be like this. So this is your answer. If you have understood the earlier part, this part, your problem stops here only. No need to go ahead. Your problem ends over here. Okay? This is just an explanation given, this part. Got it? Clear? Okay? These problems come for 5 marks. Here, have you understood everyone? Or shall we repeat this numerical? Because this is asked every time in the exam and this is your last numerical for the chapter. Remaining ones we have already taken this. Constraint, this solution. If you want, you can take this as a homework also, 1 because this is same as that of the earlier one. 3x plus y less than or equal to 6. 2x plus 5y less than or equal to 10. And xy greater than or equal to 0. Maximize f of x plus y. You can take this and solve this as a homework. Okay, draw the lines. I have solved it. I'll give you this PDF also. I'll give you this PDF in the app. So you can solve this and find the answer. Your answer should come out as 2.92. This should be your answer and this should be a region like this. Okay. Similarly, one more I have given it over here. This is for solution only. Again, I have solved this also. Both of them I have solved. This is TV set. We have already done it. So, remember, if you want, we can take this equation again. This one. This, okay? Yeah. Who's saying? 2-3 guys are saying repeat again. Here, I'll repeat this fast over here now. Okay? Multiply 8 while calculating the constants equation. Yeah, I'll repeat this again. Why did we multiply with 8? That's also a good question. See this. Here, firstly understand, you have got this problem some part at least. Okay, let's say inspector 1, I'm having x1. Okay, let's say x1 inspectors I'm having of grade 1. And grade 2 inspectors I am having x2. Number, this is number. It means this can be 2, 3, 4, 5, anything. x1. And this is grade 2 x2. Okay. Now remember the crux of the problem. The main problem over here is what is the cost? The cost is salary plus rework. Rework. They are doing the rework. Now calculate everything for only 1 hour. First focus on 1 hour. Everything for 1 hour. Okay, so first what do we do? See here, how do you solve this problem? I'll give you the steps over here, simple logical steps. Okay, so step number one is, say this, 1 hour one inspector. 1 hour, 1 inspector. This is your first logic. 1 hour, 1 inspector. Then step number 2 is 1 hour and X inspectors. X inspectors. Okay. And logic number 3 is then 8 hours. 8 hours and then X inspectors. Okay, same. So this is the sequence you have to follow. 1 hour, 1 inspector. First follow this sequence, 1 hour, 1 inspector. So let's calculate for 1 hour and 1 inspector only. Okay. So 1 hour, what is inspector number 1, grade 1 doing in 1 hour? In 1 hour he is taking rupees 5 as a salary and he is doing some error also, 4% error. He is checking 20 pieces and in that 20 pieces he is doing an error of 4%. So what is this total number of error? 20 into 0.04. This much is his error. But what is the cost of it? See here, every error will cost me rupees 3 to the company. So when this guy does this error of 20 into 0.04, so whatever that answer is, into 3 rupees will be my cost, additional cost. This is my additional cost. So what is the total cost for grade 1 inspector for 1 hour? 1 hour, 1 inspector. So it is 5 rupees plus this. So if you do the calculation of this, you will get it as 7.4. 1 hour, 1 inspector, 7.4, grade 1. Now similarly, 1 hour, grade 2 inspector. Again, what is the cost of this inspector? 4 rupees. What is the error? 8%. Right? What is the cost? 3 rupees. How many checkings? 14. So do it now. So 4 rupees cost plus 3 into 8% into 14. That is 7.36. Okay. So these two together are what? 1 hour, 1 inspector. This is for 1 inspector. 1 inspector of grade 1, 1 inspector of grade 2. So 1 hour, 1 inspector. Done. Step number 1 is over. 1 hour, 1 inspector for both the levels, grade 1, grade 2. Now second, 1 hour X inspectors. So X means what? For grade 1 it is X1. For grade 2 it is X2. So what is my total cost now? For 1 hour, see here, I am not changing 1 hour right now. 1 hour X1 inspector. So 7.4 into X1 plus 7.36 into X2. Because these are the X2 inspectors. So these are again costing in 1 hour only. But what is given? These guys work for 8 hours, minimum 8 hours. Okay. So for 1 hour, they are costing me this much. So for 8 hours, how much will they be costing me? 8 hours. So 1 hour, this is the total cost. For 8 hours, it will be multiplied by 8. So that's what we have done. 8 multiplied by 7.4 into X1 plus 7.36 into X2. That's what I have written it over here. 7.4 into X1 plus 7.36 into X2. Okay. So solve this. You will get it as 59.20 X1 plus 58.88 X2. This is your final answer. This is your objective function final answer. Okay. Got it? If they ask you the constraint equation, another one, this can be one question. 20 into 8. Why 8? Because 8 hours. Okay, 8 hours. X1 inspectors. Okay, so 8 hours. This arrow is towards hours, and X1 inspectors, and 20 pieces. So pieces inspected daily are what? 20 into X1 for 1 hour into 8 plus 14 into X2 into 8. This much is my total pieces which are inspected. Now I am not calculating error over here because that is their fault. So I can't take those error in my calculations over here. So it should be greater than or equal to 1500. That's what is given. See this, minimum pieces they have to check is 1500. Now these 1500 pieces do not include the error. So this error will be extra, right? So this is another equation. Okay, that's it. Your problem ends here only. Got it? Sri Krishna Dayal, why did we multiply by 8? Okay, got it? Now one more question to everyone. Are you all guys having the master PDF and the formula bank for ABM BFM and book notes? Are you guys having it? Master PDF, formula bank, or and book notes? Are you guys having it? All of you. Some of you might have joined late. Okay. Hmm. So those who have joined late, I'll share it with you. Okay. Formula bank. I generally share 3 to 4 PDFs with you, handouts. Okay. So take this. Everyone take it down. Download it. I'm giving you right now. Download it. Okay, and keep it to yourself. Okay. First one, formula bank. Sorry, master PDF. First one, master PDF. Remember, roughly 50 to 60% of the questions will come from this. Okay. No, mail is not allowed. You can download it from here only. Okay. So 50 to 60% questions come from the master PDF and the question bank. Okay, that which I'll be giving you. So master PDF I have shared. First one I have shared master PDF in the pin comment. Everyone check the pin comment. Okay. Second one. Second one I'll share is formula. Okay, formula sheet for both ABM and BFM. It is combined. ABM BFM combined. I have given it for both. ABM BFM combined I have given. ABM BFM combined. Okay. No, there is no WhatsApp group. Ravi, I don't follow any WhatsApp group. Okay. You take it down from here only. Pin comments. Okay. ABM BFM, this formula bank. Okay. And now third one. Now third one is a surprise to all of you. Third one is a surprise to all those who are there in the earlier batch also. Those who are there from the earlier part, it's a surprise for you also. This is case studies of HR. Although it's not my topic, okay? HR case studies. Some case studies I had taken it down from earlier exams. And how these case studies are asked in the exam. How these are asked. So these case studies I had taken down some samples few years back. Okay. So these case studies, similar case studies are asked to in exam. Okay. So take it down. See this HR case studies. This is a new thing to all of you. Those who are there from the batch earlier also, you also have not got this. This is first time I'm sharing it. Okay. HR. Although it's not my topic, means my topic is module A and C. Okay. Got it? Very easy case studies, man. You'll immediately solve it. Very easy. We'll solve it at the end. When we complete the portion, then we'll solve the remaining all these case studies. Okay. These are very easy. See, here, HR case studies, you have to only go through it, follow these case studies, and in the exam you'll get the similar case studies in your paper also. Okay. So follow these, go through it, download it right now. Everyone download it right now. Okay. Now I'll be sharing question bank also, which is pending with me. So question bank I'll be sharing some module A question bank. I'm having it complete. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. No, I'm having actually your complete portion because I used to teach complete portion A, B, C, D, ABM, A, B, C, D, BFM. I used to teach ABM, BFM, and your JIB completely. And at that time there was retail. So I used to teach everything, all the 4 modules of all the subjects. Okay. So now I have limited myself because I don't teach that much because it becomes too exhaustive. That's why I've stopped teaching all these. BFM, even today I teach all the 4 subjects, all the 4 modules. BFM, because new batch will be starting tomorrow. See, our new batch English is starting tomorrow 8 p.m. 8 p.m. BFM new batch is starting. Detailed batch, huh? It's not a revision batch. Detailed batch is starting tomorrow. Okay? Chalo. Shall we stop today? Okay? Have you downloaded it, everyone? Have you downloaded it? Many of you might not be knowing me, isn't it? Do you know me? Means who am I? Means what was my background? Sir, I myself, yeah. Sure, I myself have worked in all these, means basically in foreign banks. Okay, question and answer, I'll share it because I have to collate them. That's what I am waiting for. I was working in this foreign banks. Okay, HR notes I am not having it here because I'm just having this case studies. HR case studies you are having it in this pin comment. Bindu, check these pin comments in the third part. Just go down arrow, make the down arrow, and then you will get it over there. Okay, HR notes are in the below. Third sheet is the this. Okay. So I was working in all these foreign banks. Means I was working in Citibank plus I was working in DBS, Development Bank of Singapore. Before that, I was working in this HDFC Bank, and all private banks I worked, private and foreign banks. I was working in all these treasury departments, treasury, trade finance. Means I started from retail. Then I went in corporate finance. Then I shifted in Citibank in trade finance. Then in DBS I went to trade finance, again corporate finance, and this treasury part, some part. So I had worked in all these three departments. That's why BFM when I teach now, BFM is very easy for me for teaching because BFM is totally your treasury only. Majority of this is treasury. So I worked it throughout and day in and day out. Okay. ABM also corporate finance module C. Module C I worked it throughout my life in corporate finance. Okay. Here in foreign banks, those who want to work in foreign banks, I'll just give you the eligibility criteria in foreign banks. They are very simple ones. You are CAIIB first. Number one, without CAIIB, they don't handle you. At senior level, junior level, they can take it anyone. But senior level, they don't take you if you are not CIB number one. And if you want to work in trade finance, means other than retail, then they ask you for this CDCS exam nowadays. CDCS. CDCS is a separate exam, Certified Documentary Credit Specialist. So that you should give. Firstly, I would say clear CIB because CIB covers many things. Yeah. Okay. No, you can contact me because we are not allowed to give this number as per this Adda 24/7 policy. They don't allow us to give the numbers. Okay, so you can directly contact through this these guys, this admin guys. Okay. Chalo, bye everyone. Bye. Okay. Chalo, bye. Don't forget to give the ratings at the end. Okay. Don't forget to give the ratings at the end. Without ratings, don't go because this Adda admin requires that. Okay. Bye.